The reasons why men go their own way are multiple, but here are some you might agree with. Lack of appreciation, gratitude, and understanding, family law, non-wifeable women, etc. Whatever the reason, the reality is that men go solo not to hurt women's egos, but to protect themselves against any setbacks. Playing it safe is better than giving your all and not getting much in return. This woman says it best.
Hi guys. A lot of women's absolute worst nightmare is the day when men wake up and realize their worth. Quiet quitting was a term that was trending a while ago where underpaid and undervalued employees started cutting corners and putting in the absolute bare minimum effort into their jobs, working just enough to retain their position. And I couldn't help but notice a parallel to that in the dating society today. Men are at a point where they've become disillusioned with a lot of women because the veil has been lifted. Men are now checking out of relationships that no longer serve as assets to their life, but rather liabilities. Men are seeing the lack of gratitude and minimal to no reciprocity they encounter on a consistent basis from the other side. Unfortunately, we've built a society where men hear terms like toxic masculinity and patriarchal oppression constantly thrown around in public discourse, while they sacrifice a dead-end jobs trying to put food on the table and provide for their families. Men are tired of being gaslit and shamed for their masculinity and nature, and it's making them revolt against the same system that's holding them to unrealistic expectations. They see the complementary balance of the gender shifting way too far, and they're tired of being the main ones holding up their end of the bargain. A lot of women have fallen into the trap of measuring men by impossible standards because their expectations have ballooned from the constant revolving door of Hollywood and free social media validation. Men are struggling to keep up, and they're sick and tired of having to prove themselves over and over and over again just to ensure the love and the loyalty of their woman. A lot of it can be traced back to the proliferation of dating apps, which have hollowed out human relations and virtualized the dating marketplace. This, combined with a welfare state that can act as a safety net for repeated bad decisions and a lack of accountability, has incentivized promiscuity while simultaneously breaking down and demonizing traditional gender roles at the expense of long-term synergistic and wholesome relationships between men and women. Masculine men are the guarding walls of our society, and they've done an outstanding job holding it together, even though they've been continuously shamed and ridiculed for the very qualities that make them men. In turn, they ask for recognition for their efforts, yet society has failed to do justice to their sacrifice and perseverance in the face of all their adversities. The relationship dynamic between men and women are supposed to be comprised of a beautiful complementary synergy, not a tug of war where both sides stretch to compete and they stretch themselves thin. This is the unfortunate state of dating and relationships today that many men find themselves in. Women, in their quest for a vain sense of gender equalism, have forgotten what truly makes them attractive to men of caliber. A man wants his woman to be a place of solace and refuge, not another battle he has to fight. But this is the current societal predicament, and as more and more men walk away from relationships, dating, and marriage, they unfortunately are taking with them the most important masculine qualities that women and society inevitably cherish and need. So until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Wow, look, she's only said all that in under 3 minutes. Facts upon facts, and surely a source of frustration for modern women who think that men gotta tick all the boxes to qualify. Well, the reality is that these same women are the ones that let the wrong guys pump and dump them, and these guys are smart enough to do the bare minimum to get in a woman's pants without the fear of commitment. As this smart woman said, women's expectations have ballooned now that they enjoy tons of social media validation. Now, men are expected to meet impossible, or rather, standards that only a minority can. Women only need to meet simple requirements to land the man of their dreams, but they're rarely doing anything to live up to that. She nailed it with social media validation and social safety net. I remember this one girl who disguised herself as a man just to see what men go through on a daily basis, and she was traumatized by what us guys go through every day that she actually ended up unaliving herself. This guy refers to Nora Vincent, a woman who lived what a man goes through, and yeah, she ended her own life. I gave up and walked away decades ago, long before MGTOW. I was just too short and ugly to garner anything but negative attention from women. I learned to be happy alone. I have lots of friends and I'm very successful. Today, it's bittersweet to learn that so many other men are coming to the same conclusion. A man wants his woman to be a place of solace and refuge, not another battle to have to fight. When women talk about being boss babes and men who can't handle them, I can't help but laugh at their delusion. Men want a cooperative woman, not a childish girl who can't go a day without putting up a fight over petty stuff. My last relationship was toxic and miserable. When we broke up and divorced, I was pretty sad. Then about 2 weeks later, I'd forgotten how good I had it when I was single. Freedom, no liabilities, and free of accusing me of looking at other women. No hypocrisy and negative crap. Still wonder why men walk away? Just one of these signs is enough.
Hi guys. Women have very dark manipulation tactics they use to control you, and you're probably not even aware of it. It's always painted that men are so deceptive, lying, and manipulative, not caring about who they hurt along the way. But women are masters of psychology, and a lot of them use these 6 tactics I'm about to share with you. 1. Withdrawal. Women know how to have you worried, blaming yourself, etc., all while they're all smiles watching you wonder what the hell you even did wrong. Guys have almost been programmed to believe that if their lady is keeping to herself, then something must be wrong. Your brain automatically goes into panic mode and you start thinking if you missed her birthday or anniversary, or if it's something else that you forgot or something that you did wrong. Now the next thing you know that you're trying to make up for something that you didn't even do to begin with. Women do this to try to keep you on your toes. It's a way to make sure that you don't get too comfortable and start taking her for granted. It's a scare tactic to have you constantly thinking about her and start panicking because you feel that you might be losing her. Number 2 is mirroring. Mirroring is when someone copies the characteristics and traits of someone else. This could be through body language. This could be through verbal and physical habits, attitudes, tendencies, etc. I have a separate video on mirroring that goes in further detail, but basically they evaluate what you need in a relationship so they can pose as a perfect match for you. The problem is that it's never truly genuine. It's a tactic they use to bring your guards down in order to easier fulfill whatever agenda they have. Number 3 is guilt. A woman knows that there's a heavy responsibility on men to ensure that their woman is happy and well taken care of. She plays on that to get what she wants, or when she wants to get your emotions under her control. Guilt tripping you almost immediately changes any situation to work in her favor. Do you know how many men know something is off in their relationship? The signs are there that she's being unfaithful, but she throws a tantrum, or she turns on waterworks, or she blames the man for being insecure or controlling. And what does the man do? He starts questioning if he's tripping or if he's thinking too deep about obvious signs that he's seeing. Then he's apologizing to her to make her feel better when she knows that he was right all along. Number 4 is the hot and cold method. This is a staple in the manipulation playbook. She showers you with affection and attention, making you feel comfortable and attached to her. Then she catches you off guard with the disappearing act. Going goes, conversation seemed dry, her demeanor starts to give off very much cold shoulder vibes. That's when those answers start sounding like this. I'm fine. Okay, nothing. Yeah, I'm busy. Talk to you later. You don't realize it, but she's getting you hooked. Now you're sitting there like an addict, messaging, asking what's wrong. You want to see her, buying gifts to try to fix whatever you think is happening in an effort to get her attention and affection again. Number 5, the power of suggestion. This is a very covert trap. Have you ever been with a woman and she conveniently sticks into the conversation about this shoe that she saw or this dress that she saw online and loved? Or if y'all are together and she sees something that she likes and she says things like, I would love it if a man did something like that for me. Or I've never had a man buy me anything like that. What she's doing is subconsciously putting actions into your head. She's not directly telling you to buy it or do certain things for her, while at the same time influencing you to want to do these things for her. Number 6 is love bombing. Now, this is probably one of the most strategic and darkest ones. It comes in waves, a process that sucks you in and controls you just the way she likes it. It involves hyping you up, compliments, affection, the whole 9. She's going to make you feel like you're the perfect match, like you're special. They shower you with all this love and attention in an attempt to influence you. This is how love bombing looks. Day 1, you're so handsome. Day 2, oh my God, we have so much in common. Day 3, I don't usually fall for someone this fast. Day 4, I just feel like we're meant to be together. Day 5, I love you. By the end of this process, you're falling hard, and she's got you exactly where she wants you, fully invested in her and extremely vulnerable. Be extremely careful out here, guys. There's a lot of women out to do you dirty and manipulate you for personal gain because they believe that's all men are good for anyway. When you spot these manipulation tactics, call them out on it. Better yet, leave. Because no good comes from a woman who practices these tactics. So until the next video, I'll see you guys then. Bye.
The thing is that if a woman manipulates you, well, she'd better get fucked. As a man, you got no time for mind games. Let's check the comments. The silent treatment is considered to be the worst form of verbal abuse. It's made all the worse because when it's used, the person doing it can convince themselves that they're doing nothing wrong despite it being massively destructive. It's actually a great insight into the mind of a woman because that's exactly how they do business. They do something wrong, but it's not their fault, it's yours. I remember a few years ago when my ex left me. At first I thought it was my fault, till I realized it wasn't. Several years later, she's back and knows that I still loved her, but sadly for her, I saw a whole lot of these points coming and dodged them. Shout out to you, sister, working on myself and my relationship with God right now. Currently going through a divorce right now. This stuff really helps me realize I'm not crazy and I wasn't the one in the wrong for leaving. She made me feel like I was the worst thing ever to exist for her because I needed to leave and get separation for my mental health. It was so difficult that I was struggling with suicide in the relationship. And I know now I was being responsible for leaving and not cruel. Guys, thanks for checking out this video. Stay tuned for more daily content. Like, subscribe, and comment. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.